Okay, I'm going to try this. I want to jump back to the situation with this so-called final experiment, which, by the way, is a horrible name. But for the folks in here that are real active in the topic of flat Earth, this can't be overemphasized. And Dave mentioned it, and we heard that video. This is we got the guy's name is Will Duffy. I don't even know if he's a pastor, but they are operating, in my opinion, a very serious attempt to scam. And we need to think about this because we got evidence now that Will Duffy is lying and that they're trying to pull some kind of shenanigans that they can use the media for. We need to pay attention to this and figure it out and think about it. I don't know how the discussion switched off to some other pastor debate, but in my view, this attempt at trying to bring Whitsitt or somebody to Antarctica looks like it's starting to get real sketchy. And we're going to find out more about it because people are looking into it, but we need to pay attention and think about it. It's going to be a real challenge to call this bluff and not get smeared for dodging. And I think it's real important for folks to know who Will Duffy is, and the name of the thing is The Final Experiment, and it looks like a pretty elaborate setup against flat Earth. And I think it's a real serious problem. We need to pay attention. That's it.
I'm looking at his church right now on Google Maps, and what's really weird is it says Denver Bible Church. Like, if you type in the name of the church that he uses publicly here on Twitter and everything, it's Agape Kingdom Fellowship, I think. I just typed it into Maps, and it takes you to his church there in Denver. And then when you click on it, it says Denver Bible Church. And it's just like it's like a dump. It's tiny. It's been like 10 other things before. Like there is a phone number. I think one of us needs to call it for sure. So in fact, somebody wants to do that right now. Somebody call his phone number. I'll tell it to you right now. It's like 303-463-1707. I'm just curious if anyone even answers that. It's probably recording, but it's Wheat Ridge. It's like Wheat Ridge, Denver. This is like the little suburb. Let me see. Because I want to call just something nearby and be like, hey, are there actually people that go to that church? It's Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Wheat Ridge, Colorado. And then it's just surrounded by like houses and businesses. It just looks like a nice little town. There's like a baseball field right next to it. Like, I just want to call something nearby and be like, hey, like, is there actually people going to the church? Like, are these guys actually preaching at this church? Because I've yet to see any evidence, and all I've looked into this, that there's a single person that he's actually preaching to in this church. There's never a video of them. There's literally no one following them on Twitter, like the church. And if they are, well, they only have 42 followers. And if any of the people are following, they never respond, reply to anything.
It's permanently closed on Google.
Doesn't? Well, let me see. Actually, I'm actually on Apple. I'm actually on Apple Maps, not Google Maps. But this says Denver Bible Church. It's not telling me it's permanently closed. I got a phone number. Maybe it is, though. It very well may be. It's just so weird because when you type in Agape Kingdom Fellowship, which is what it's named on Twitter, it doesn't say anything about that when it takes you to it. It just says Denver Bible Church. Like, it's weird because you search that and it's like, I'm in Texas. And I type that in, it just takes me straight to Denver Bible Church, which is his place. And then there's no mention of Agape Kingdom Fellowship, which is what it's still called on their church's Twitter page, whatever. It's weird. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I think it closed it. It's permanently closed. I think the last review I saw was maybe like 3 years ago, which is sad.
Well, if it's closed 3 years ago, which I don't doubt because it looks like something that was closed 3 years ago. It looks like just it's been unkept and it's like a dump. Like, where is he giving these sermons that all the videos on the Twitter page are like where is he giving like, these sermons from? Like,
I think
what?
so, something that somebody noticed, like because in the Discord we were in, I think it was Scully or what's the guy's name? Skilly, whatever. They noticed that he was basically like, if you don't believe in a globe, you're going to hell. Like crazy, just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this guy is a shut-in and he needs socialization, obviously. Right. And if like, and you're putting all the pieces together, closed church, you know, like, yeah, it's honestly just a bad picture.
Jasmine, have you seen their Twitter profile or like the church's Twitter page where he posted like I think it was every other day for 4 months he posted an anti-flat Earth, or he or whoever's running it posted an anti-flat Earth video. And then I mean they're still doing it to this. Well, now they've changed the subject to something else that has nothing to do with like actual like church or religion or something. It was like abortion for 4 months, and then it was like anti-flat Earth for like four months. Every other day they post a video, and then it's been like a couple other subjects since. But like have you seen that? There's like one of the posts is in the nest. You can just click on it and then go scroll through all the videos. It's insane. Like who would go to a church where that's all they're preaching?
I'm gonna assume right now he's one of those people that posts like all the time and nobody ever responds to.
Well, no one ever did because he
himself.
only has 42 followers. But when he was debating Austin on Jaren's channel, I looked into this and I found the Twitter and then I quote tweeted it, and he got like, I keep saying he, but whoever's running this Twitter, I quote tweeted his most recent anti-flat Earth video, and it got like I don't know, probably like 75 to 100 replies at least, and then and then people were going back and finding his previous ones. They were getting replies, and then the one he posted like the next day got flooded replies for like a week or two. But then we realized like, okay, this guy's not even here. He's not. No one's reading this. No one's looking at it. We were doing it because we thought there were actual members of the church that we were trying to like wake up and get through to. Like, hey, this guy's like lying to you. Like, but then we realized like no one's reading this. Like, why even bother? Like they're just putting this out there, like knowing that no one's gonna see it, and they're like professionally edited videos with like graphics and all this stuff, and they're posting one every other day. And yet no one goes to church. Like, it makes no sense unless it's like, they're setting something up like y'all are talking about with this like final experiment, because no one goes to that church.
May I speak too on this subject?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's like baiting the ones with following to be a part of this quote unquote experiment, and they will. You can do everything with 3D models. I'm telling you. You've seen Avengers. We can do whatever. If we have computers, we can make people believe whatever. I can do that just too. I know how to create them. So they can just film you there in real life, then broadcast the whatever fake whatever, and then they'll gag you, make you sign non-disclosure agreements, maybe threaten you, maybe even kill you, because now they have footage of you going there, proof that you went there, proof that you observed that, and proof that they filmed that live. And I use proof as quote unquote proof. So don't take the bait. Just don't. That keeps you safe.
That's a good point, actually. I agree with that.
Hi, can I speak up?
No.
I've actually been invited to co-host, but I'd like to speak.
What up, 58?
How you going, Sacred? Did you enjoy it earlier?
No, man, you rage quit.
Yeah, I know. Did you have a bit of fun? Because I mean, I deliberately did that for kicks.
Honestly, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah, it was pre-planned. I looked at it. I thought I'm going to do it. It's probably a smart idea.
You just coming in here triggered your boy toy to straw man me on the TL.
Who's what? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Piper now?
As long as you know who your boy toys are, Swallow.
It sounds like whenever whenever you talk about some guy backing me up, I know you're always talking about Piper. I know it.
Is that your only friend? You gotta choose your friends wisely, Swallow. They make you look bad.
Well, I hang out with all the Bitcoiners. I speak to a few flat Earth, like flat Earth and globe people, but all my friends are Bitcoiners.
Oh, don't get Toby started.
I haven't even met Piper in real life. That's the thing, man. Hey, so anyway, I know for the last 20, 30 minutes now, you've been talking about this the final experiment. And I mean, it's on my mind too, and I'm kind of curious about it. I've even emailed Will Duffy as well, because I wouldn't mind talking to him about a few things, but I'm hearing a lot of speculation going on in here, and not a lot of actually like calling him and asking him, talking to him about him. I mean, they're sort of saying, "Oh, what is this church? Are they going to murder you and then like AI digitize your face onto something?" That's a lot of weird speculation. You know, that's a bit unjust.
Okay, here's the thing. We got to, I just want to emphasize my point was we need eyes on this thing. Now, folks can divert the conversation, and if the topic comes up and somebody pops in and switches the subject right away, you know, that may be what's going to happen naturally. I don't know, but all I'm saying is we need eyes on this situation because we already see deception from it. I'm not making a lot of conclusions. I'm just emphasizing the guy's name is Will Duffy. The whole situation's beginning to look very sketchy, and it keeps flipping to a different topic. So for folks that are active in flat Earth, just eyes on. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's fine. You're fine to be a bit cautious and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, like, if you guys wanted to have each other's backs and stuff like that, why don't three people go, okay, you're going to back my back, I'm going to back your back. Let's go into it. Let's actually fly to Antarctica. Let's do the undoable and let's try. I mean, I've already invited, Sacred and Proud to come down to Melbourne. If you guys want to do that flight over Antarctica, which is a shitload more cheaper than this thing, because this thing's supposed to cost 30,000 USD.
I'll give you my answer. My answer is that before we even get to that stage, we got real evidence against Will Duffy being legit, and he's closely associated with Fight the Fat Earth, and that's very sketchy. And then I just heard somebody say, maybe McToon's involved. So that's very loud preliminary red flags to me. And
Okay.
we're not going to help ourselves if we just jump in there.
Sure.
Because it looks attractive. We need to think about what we're doing, pay attention to what it looks like, and decide.
Okay, sure. I understand what you're saying, Matt. I know that he did do one interview with Fight the Flat Earth, but I don't think that means that he's associated anyway. That just tells me that Fight the Flat Earth is, doing his shilling stuff, and you've got me recording saying that he's trying to go out there and get his hits, right, to get people looking at his screens, just like people doing their grift. He's doing a grift too, right? I believe he's spoken to McToon. I think they might have had dinner together, and I mean that's that doesn't necessarily mean they're associated with each other. They've just met each other since this last few months or something. I'm not too sure, because I know that he did a one-on-one with Whitsett, and I think Journalism was the lead arbitrator or something like that. Hey, look, if you don't want to go down to Antarctica with this guy, you can always come to a Qantas flight with me because I want to do this. I want to fly over the top of Antarctica in a Qantas airplane from Melbourne on New Year's night.
Hold on, but what was that supposed to prove though? 58.
Well, you be see the flight out of Melbourne on New Year's Eve, right? It lifts up at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's dinner time, right? And then it flies over the edge of Antarctica, goes over all the mountains, and we basically you would celebrate midnight over the top of Antarctica. What it proves is you'll be able to see the sun. If the sun is there, you'll be able to see there's no penguins with bazookas. You'll be able to see the ice wall if you want to go and have a look at that. You'll be able to take a compass, GPS, anything you want. And once again, I stress, I don't think you'll see penguins with bazookas or any sharks with laser beams or seals with, tanks.
You know, I would like to take a compass on one of them flights. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, come down. My invite is still
Look
open.
how happy he got. Look.
My invite is still open, man. You know I'm a friendly guy. If you're not raging on me, I'm a friendly guy.
Depends on
Come
the
down to
Friday.
Melbourne. Let's fly. Let's go. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. Sorry, is Matt speaking? I'm seeing his thing move, but I can't hear him.
I do not hear Matthew talking. I don't hear nobody talking. Echo.
Yeah, I don't hear anyone talking either. I thought Matt was talking, but I don't know.
I was glitching. My bad. I'm back. 58, man. I don't know about getting on a plane with you, bruh. I don't know. You might
What are
be
you
a little
talking
bit of a
about?
hazard.
Stop telling people you invited us to Antarctica,
Dude.
man. Okay, you was a stranger on the internet. I was taught a long time ago not to interact with strangers. Randomly saying, "I'll take you to Antarctica. I'll take you there. You stupid flurf, you
Hey.
moronic flurf."
It's
Who the hell is gonna take that?
legitimate. It's legitimate flights.
You are
You
a
can book
stranger.
online. It's easy.
You are a stranger.
Look. I really would like to ask this question. I'd like to be able to hear what people have to say because I know that Flat Earth Dave. There's a current vote going on right now whether or not Flat Earth Dave or Jeranism is going to be the person who gets free tickets to go to Antarctica. And I know that Flat Earth Dave is in the system right now, and I don't know if he's sleeping or not, but I'm kind of curious. Is he considering going?
Where's that debate? Where's that debate going on? I want to know.
Yeah, I had to look for it before. So if you go to the YouTube page, which posted all those videos, and if you go into community, you find it in community. So there's a voting system going on right there. I had to go digging for it.
And that's legit. You think
So,
that's
hold on,
legit,
hold on,
do
hold
you?
on.
It's just a vote. It's just a
Hold on.
vote. If you go to YouTube, there's a vote.
The vote is legit. I'm with you. But from the first email, whether it was months ago, when these emails are coming out anonymously, I immediately, with my senses, knew that this was complete and total bull crap. And I messaged back, said, I don't want to be any part of your experiment. I don't know what it is. You know, you want to tell me what it is? Oh, you'll know. We're going to find out soon. And I said, I don't want any part of this. Then I sent maybe 2 emails like that. Then when he announced who he was and sent me an email just yesterday, sent one, I said, as I said before, I don't trust you. Your judgment's wrong. You're hanging out with demons. I don't want anything to do with this. He told me, oh, I won. I got over 50% of the votes. Jaron and Austin got like 25% each or whatever. And he said, so we're going to send you to Antarctica. And I said, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going anywhere with you. Count me out. Cut me, don't send me any more emails. So they're going to take that as a win. Dave Weiss, he's a grifter. He's not going. No, I'm not hanging out with demons doing nonsense. And we're going to expose this before it even happens anyway. So, it's already just today with the work Matthew's done and, looking at this and Jaron finding that video of him lying. We have a lying preacher who doesn't have a church that doesn't exist, that set up a website before he got into the flat earth discussion. This is not even, It's like, Eric, stop worrying. It's already exposed today on Flat Earth Fridays. It's completely destroyed. And it's going to crumble. And I'm sure Jaron is looking at the place where we're going and you know, looking at a Google Earth. We're going to find so many flaws with this thing. It's never going to happen. So that's my opinion. But Eric, you're right.
Hey, Dave.
This is a big deal.
Dave?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for that. Actually, that does explain your case quite well. I have to admit, if you were getting emails months ago before, you know, the secret was kind of getting out, I can understand that. I can understand his perspective. He doesn't want to leak the secret, and I can understand your perspective. It's like, who the fuck are you? Do I trust you? What are you talking about? You're going to put me on an aeroplane? I totally agree. It has got a bit skeptical. There's sketchiness all about it.
58 logical when he want to be, y'all. I don't know about the other times, but
yeah, look, I'm sure you've all seen it. He drip feed the information, and so it was obviously kind of keep things quite secret. So I completely understand how it would be perceived as sketchy. But hey, I mean, for Dave, I mean, if you ever want to come down to Australia, you can come on and play with me, and you can come down proud, and that way you can back each other up. And dude, I'm just a regular dude. I'm no sketchy fucking pastor from Denver.
Listen, I get it, but your midnight plane on New Year's Eve, whatever, isn't going to prove anything. You're going to be up in the sky. You're looking at the optics in the sky. Go look at Shane's model. Look at how we see the sun. Understand what the coffee cup caustic is. Understand that we probably live under a reflective dome of some sort. Understand that the optics of the sky don't prove anything, but you're not going to see, you know. And then also, I know you're being funny, but you know, you have to straw man to fight the globe. You know, you're not going to see penguins with machine guns and stuff. No, come on. You know, they do guard Antarctica. There's 8 military bases equally spaced around the world, from the Falkland Islands all the way around, that do guard it. There are buoys out there that track everyone going in, and it has been documented many times that you can't freely explore Antarctica. People that do work in Antarctica on cargo ships or whatever, when they're going in there, they get boarded by military, and the military takes over the control of the ship. They're not even allowed to have their own captain drive the ship past 60 degrees south or whatever the line is where they do that. So again, flying over Antarctica, unless you can document that you're flying from Australia to Santiago and document the time and do it during the day, you know, and see and you know, track where you're going and fly low enough, which they're never going to let you do. So flying around, seeing some mountains in Antarctica, going, oh, we're in 17 different time zones within 10 minutes. What does that prove? Nothing. It proves nothing other than you're flying around and they're making up arbitrary times and nonsense.
Hey Dave, you're correct when I was saying that the penguin that was a joke. It was clearly a joke.
No, I get it, but I get very triggered. So my apologies.
Yeah, and I know it's pretty late for you guys. I can imagine you guys are probably pretty tired too. But look, I'll just say it. I'll just say it as an honest man, right? Do you know the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey in it?
Yeah, I do. And by the way, it's not late.
Yeah.
It's morning. I feel terrific. I'm working out.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. Look. All I'm going to say to you, right? All I'm going to say to you, right, is the yes man from the thing, right? Just say yes. Consider it. Have a bit of a think tomorrow. Think, I wonder what it'll be like, just as an adventure. That's my invitation.
An adventure to go with you, or go on this?
Yeah, bring some people. Let's go on a flight. It'll be fucking fun.
Yeah, I have other ideas for flights that'll prove the Earth, and I'd rather do it with people that I know and trust. So I don't know you from a hole in the wall. So I'm like a nice guy.
Yeah, I get that. Bring people you know and trust.
A little bit.
Like I've said, I've invited Sacred and Proud. Bring them. Bring Matt. Bring what do you call it? Sheepdog Legend. Don't bring Witsit.
I'll go.
I'm sick
I don't
of
even
him.
know you. I'll totally go.
You said don't bring Witsit.
Yeah,
That's you.
Calm down. If you think you'll have a blast,
We heard that earlier.
Dude, Witsit will debunk every freaking second of that trip, and you know it. That's hilarious, bro.
Yo, that would be hilarious.
He'll debunk it starting with the jet fuel.
Hey, well, one thing, if anyone was going to Antarctica, they should, since they have permission to film the 24-hour sun from a spot that you're going to be able to see it, which I don't even know the details on yet, but they should be allowed to bring a drone to go up high and also film it.
You don't need, sorry, Sacred to interrupt, but I've been hearing this some time. You do not need to
How
go
did
to
he still have a
Antarctica to see what. I'm still on the mic. It's for you. You don't need to go to Antarctica to see 24 hours of daylight and 24 hours of darkness. I know thousands of people, including myself, that worked it, seen it, lived it.
In the north or in the south?
And you, in Inglet and Nunavut.
Where's that? Where is that? In the north? Okay, we all agree. Globers and flat earthers all agree. 24-hour sun in the north. It's true. It works on both models. It's the south that it doesn't work. It's not that we want to see a 24-hour sun. We can do that in Norway, in Alaska, any place in the inner north. It's the outer south that we need to see it, which would cause a problem for the flat earth.
I would go to Antarctica. I actually looked into it. Feel. Talk about cold.
Proud.
Cold.
Sorry to interrupt you, sis. Antarctica is off limits with special security military codes, only allowed at certain times. The establishments and what you call corporations or what you call yourself countries, in the media, they're fighting against each other. They hate each other. War is money. Rich man's war, poor man's blood. But they all come together. All of these so-called nations or whatever you want to call them have come together with one treaty, and it's all protected. And that is Antarctica.
Oh, 40, we know what time it is. Oh, we know. I'm talking about like even on a research tip, like these organization people that we follow on TikTok, and they like basically they do experiments and stuff like that where they were testing, and this is what they're literally doing. They're testing the dust particles in like a layer of ice, like 10 feet under. And that's why they're out there. It's like the weirdest shit. Like it's like the most makeshift scientific experiment I ever seen in my life. And they're getting funded to do that. So I'm like, okay, if we could come up with some type of scientific research reasoning to why we want to go there, it's possible that might check all the boxes that they're looking for us to be able to explore, hopefully freely and independently. I'm not trying to go there and get shot. I'm not trying to be no flat earth martyr like everybody wants us to be. I want to go there genuinely and legally with the right reasons to bring the resources that we need and all that. Oh, and I'm going to rotate some mics, guys. We got a couple requests. I want to bring up some new people.
Why not go on a different date so that what one Duffy does? Why don't you go on the one that's 2 weeks earlier?
2 weeks earlier than the one.
Yeah, like I looked at the website and they do a flight like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. You could go on like November and then beat him to it.
Yeah, I would go in their summer, in Antarctica's summer versus.
Yeah, like you can either do November or you can do January. You could go around. You don't have to go on the same thing that Duffy's doing, and you can just go there yourself.
My screen's not showing the name of who's talking, but I got a question if I can. Yeah, so you seem real excited about us going. Is there anything you can help us out? Why that's such a big deal for you?
Oh, for me or for Swala?
Whatever his name is, I can't see it. My screen's not showing right. Okay.
It's Swala. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, isn't it a very interesting thing to do? I mean, I've been arguing with Sacred and all that sort of stuff for years. We can't go below the 60th parallel, but why don't you just spend $30,000 and go on a different date and do it yourself? Because then you can go below the 60th parallel. If everyone keeps saying, "Oh, you can't
Okay.
below the 60th parallel," prove us wrong. What the hell? Prove us wrong.
That sounds like a straw man. It's
No, it's not
that
a
you
straw
can't
man.
go
It's just
on the.
it's an invitation to go and try. It's an invitation to like do an effort, like get off your couches, like use your feet, move, do something. That's all it is. Just do something instead of talking. Do something.
So Swala, if you wanted to well, you technically already in Australia. The famous flights from Santiago to Perth or Australia flights like to Chile.
Yeah, there's Santiago to Auckland, Sydney, and Melbourne. They don't go to Perth.
So you would go from Australia to see, but you're already there. I'm not even on your side.
Well, like I've thought about this multiple times, and like I've thought, like I could always invite someone to meet me in Chile, in Santiago. I will fly to Santiago. I will say hi. We'll go and have a few beers. We'll have some hot food in bloody Chile, and we'll fly to Melbourne, and then we'll fly you guys back. You know, it might cost a bit more on your end because of the fact that but I mean, I could always go and buy the hotel in Santiago or buy the hotel in Melbourne. I mean, you kind of weigh it up. You kind of make things fair.
Yeah, you're about to get trafficked for real.
Yeah, you hear him.
Trafficked.
That's just all the red flags. I'm
What
sorry,
are you talking
Swala, that's a problem in America.
Melbourne, are you?
About that.
What? What are you talking about? Trafficked? What do you mean by that?
See, that's an American problem. It's called sex trafficking. We
Oh.
Americans, we worry about things like that.
Oh, trust me, I'm not going to be turning in any flat earthers into sex workers or anything like that. That's just come on. This is not me. You know me.
You're probably from Tasmania too. Like I had a CEO
No, I'm from Melbourne.
He was a sex freak. Like he had a girl in every area code. Like I'm all weirded out by this now.
I'm sure that both Sacred and Pratt will back me up that I've been telling them for a long time. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I don't live in Tasmania.
I think I would fly to Chile.
I'll meet you there.
To Melbourne.
I'll meet you there. Let's go and have beer. Or if you know anyone like beer, like have a wine, whatever. Let's do it. Because I see a whole lot of talking and not a lot of walking.
See, 50 just want to kick it with the level heads, y'all. This is what we don't understand. You just want to hang out with the cool kids.
Dude, it's an adventure. And, I want you guys to get off your couches. Get out there. Fucking see the world.
You didn't invite none of the earthers. You didn't invite no other anti-flat earthers to go on vacation.
I have, look, believe it or not, my friend in the fridge, right? I have asked Piper if he would go to Santiago. Yes, I have.
And he turned you down?
He hasn't given me a yes or no answer. Hey, I do. Can I actually ask a question while I'm up on stage?
Right.
Might as well.
That's messed up.
Can I just ask? Like, Brad, have you been overseas?
Ask this last question. Then we're gonna go to Shane. Go ahead.
Huh.
No, I said ask your last question. Then we're gonna go to Shane.
So yeah. My last question was like, do you guys have passports? Have you been overseas? I'm kind of curious. I want to know, how you've gone. Are you used to that sort of stuff? Have you flown over to like Europe or anything like that, or what's the go?
Only to the Bahamas. I've never been
Oh yeah,
to Europe. I actually had the opportunity to go study abroad in Tasmania. I just chose not to. That sounded like a lot for me at the time. But now I kind of regret it. Maybe I would have proved flat Earth a long time ago.
Well, that's good. If you've been to Bahamas, that means you got a passport. That's good. That means you're one step closer to that sort of stuff. How about yourself, Sacred?
I'm a cyborg, man. I left that life a long time ago. I'm trying to get back into the third density, but
what? So do you have rockets in your feet and you just simply fire it up and just fly wherever you want around the world?
No, I'm omnipresent.
Omnipresent, okay. Fair enough. Well, I mean, look, this is the thing. I mean, I really want to know. I would like to know how well traveled you are, and I mean, going beyond Bahamas is because, like, recently I just flew Melbourne to LA and then all the way down to El Salvador. So, like, you know, you gotta be prepared for a 13, 16-hour flight sometimes.
I mean, you definitely got to get
Pull
first
up on
class.
B3 in Dubai.
Sorry?
I said I'm about to pull up on one of our speakers in Dubai.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, so you're going to Dubai, eh? Oh, your speaker is in Dubai.
No, he's listening. He's not up here.
Okay. Well, look. Before I let, I'll move on, right? And I'll just go off the mute. But ultimately, I'd really like one of you guys to like come down to the southern hemisphere. I know that Witsit calls the hemi or whatever the hell he is. He doesn't even say sphere anymore. He just seems to. It's like allergic to him these days. But like, come down the southern hemisphere. Things are whack down here. Should have a look.
Heard y'all got a lot of flies. You can't even walk anywhere without a net on your head.
It's not really the case. Look, I've had people say, I hear you got dangerous stuff down Australia. No, trust me, it's not the case. Sometimes I'm driving along and I'll see a few kangaroos and they just hop around, but no, you're not under attack from anything at all.
Y'all got alligators over there?
Well, we got crocodiles in the north, but they're not around me. They're up near Darwin and Cairns and stuff like that.
Well, it's not that dangerous over there.
But like literally, like, you know, I can drive about like 10 kilometers from my house, and I can see, you know, kangaroos grazing in the yard. So trust me, I have to go way off the course to be able to find anything dangerous.
How about this, 58? Let's make a deal.
Go on. Yeah.
If you go ahead and reproduce that rainbow, I'll figure out a way to get into a third density body so we can go take this flight. But you cannot be salacious.
So, okay, so that means you're not willing to accept the artificial light rainbow that I did at that footy club.
It was outside, bro.
Yeah, it was outside. It was outside, but the light was like 4 meters away from me. You want it specifically inside. Well, the thing about that, right? It's going to cost me about $150 because I want to make sure that I go and get a decent lamp, like a worksite lamp.
Now you sound like eye level.
Why? Well, I want to go and get a decent lamp. I want to get some decent
let's
limits.
pop some bottles. Let's take some shots. He's about to buy the bar. Now he's trying to call you. It's about to be, $5 here, it's gonna be $10 there. Like, come on, 58.
I'm not trying to beg for money. I'm not trying to beg for money. But if I do this, I'll have to keep on hankering you guys.
You love demonstrations.
I do love demonstrations.
Just do ones that aren't, based in a fallacy.
What fallacy?
It depends on what mistake you make.
You can. I reckon I'm 100%. You will be able to produce a rainbow on the inside with artificial light, and I'm 100% that there'll be 24-hour sun down in Antarctica. And I've already put my stake on that one. Because I'm from the south. I'm from the south. I know what's happening down here.
You make observations and you ignore the equivalences. But aside from that, I'll be looking forward to if you could reproduce that rainbow the way that we need it to happen, bro. Then we could talk. How about that?
I'm interested. I'll have a look.
I mean, that's simple.
Well, I gotta go and get the equipment. I'll let you pass off to someone else. Sorry?
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I'll see you later.
All right, mate. Down under. What is he under?